have the best chance of getting through. I'll stick that bomb right under their nose gear.
Hello, Bots and Books fans, this is Scorp1701, and tonight we are going to be looking at the Walmart exclusive Netflix Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy, Bumblebee. And this is one that everyone was scrambling to find. Bumblebee. And why they didn't release it in the regular Earthrise line, I have no idea. But here it is in the Walmart exclusive Netflix series line, and I'm happy to have it. So, taking a quick look at the box, you can see it is in that pseudo Earthrise box, but this one is all white. You have Netflix here, you have Takara Tomy, Transformers Generations, Transformers, Hasbro, 8+, Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy, Autobot, Bumblebee, and there's Bumblebee in the box. On this side of the box, you have the kind of off-colored Earthrise picture that you have to denote the series. You have Netflix at the top, you have Transformers, authentic Transformer symbol, Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy logo there. On the top of the box you have Autobot logo here, Transformers, more than meets the eye there. On this side of the box you have a nice picture of Bumblebee, huge Autobot symbol, and Netflix at the top. On the bottom of the box you have some credits and another authentic Transformers label and a barcode. So anyway, on the back of the box you have some obligatory product shots. This is Autobot Bumblebee. He has a robot mode and he has a vehicle mode, and you can get there within 20 steps, maybe more, maybe less. Authentic Volkswagen sticker, so that's pretty neat. So I guess they had to get the rights to actually do the mold for them, and so you have some more credits for the box, Hasbro, and that's pretty much it for the box. And no one wants to see Bumblebee in the box. I know I don't, so let's get him out and see what he can do. And before we get him out of the box completely, I want to say that he comes with this awesome little background. You can see Bumblebee is in there and the Autobot symbol on top, so that is really neat. I think we'll use that for the review tonight. And here we have Bumblebee out of the box. And out of the box he comes with a nice set of instructions that will help you turn Bumblebee into a robot from a Volkswagen Beetle into a Volkswagen Beetle from a robot. You can see there's some nice highlights in the instruction sheet to tell you what you need to flip and flop. And he also comes with a odd little background piece. Apparently, if you collect the Netflix series bots, you will be given this little cardboard piece. Well, it's not really cardboard. Well, it might be cardstock. It's a very light cardboard. But you can combine to create a scene of, looks like Teletran 1. So that would be pretty neat. But unfortunately, I'm not getting all of the Netflix bots. I'm only getting a few of them. So I don't know if that's going to help us. And last, for accessories, he comes with the same huge cannon thing that Cliff Jumper came with. So let's get into focus, and a lot of things that we could do with this I'll show off later. But right now, let's get to Bumblebee himself. And coming real close in on Bumblebee, you can see they did a real good job making him into a Volkswagen Beetle. He is basically all gold. He does have some nice black tires with some silver rims. There's a rope that spin really nicely. On the front, he has some headlights picked out in silver, black bumper, Autobot symbol there, and this little symbol right here is an actual Volkswagen VW symbol. I can't really zoom it in, it just gets all blurry, but it's there. Nice silver windshield wipers. You got some blue for the windshield. Coming to the side, you got a nice side mirror there, some more blue for the windows, a little door handle picked out, and that's neat. Coming to the back, more blue translucent plastic. You have some orange for the tail lights, black bumper, a little spot where you could put a license plate sticker, and some more detail for the I guess this would be where the engine is on the Volkswagen Beetles. I'm not a real car guy, but I thought the trunk was in the front. Anyway, and the other side, this side is the same, a little door handle still picked out there, and on the bottom of the figure you have some molded detail. Not really in anything that would let you know that this guy is a Transformer. I mean, if you look really closely back here, you can see that these are hands holding the back end of the car on. But for the most part, yeah, they did a real good job making this into a seamless automobile and not a transformer with a head sticking out. Alright, moving on. And full comparison, here he is with some Earthrise bots. You have Optimus Prime, so you can see how good they look together. That's really nice. I like the scale. You have Cliff Jumper, which everybody thinks that these are the same mold. They are not the same mold, obviously. They have never been the same mold, although some of the toys have kind of confused people over the years. So here he is with Prowl. That's pretty nice. And finally, Wheeljack. So yeah, a lot of neat G1 bots here. And these two actually were the first two Transformers that you ever saw on screen together. So that was pretty neat. Alright. So, get that on. Those are some comparisons. Moving on. And full transformation. Basically, what we'll do is it's going to be exactly like the Earthrise Cliff Jumper, if you have that toy. You're going to come to the back, and I think the hardest part of this transformation is getting this back section off, because you kind of want to put it in there really tight, you know, for it to close the gaps. But when you do that, you know, it's kind of stuck in these hands, and they won't let go of it. So basically, just wiggle it free. Just, you know, back and forth until it comes out like that. There you go. And now you have his hands free. You can kind of move them all up, kind of get them out of the way. So at this point, you can start working on his legs, which you'll come to the side here and kind of bring it apart and down like so. So be very careful. And then what you'll do with this is, once you got this all, he's kind of got his head between his legs now, so he's kind of doing this really weird back thing. You can kind of straighten him up, and that will move the arms again out of the way. And so now you have kind of a full standing figure, but there's still a lot more stuff we got to do. So starting with the feet, you will take these tires and you'll move them to the right from where they are, so they will be kind of on the back of the leg on both sides. Okay, and when you do that, that will allow the foot or the side of the front of the vehicle to come up. All right, and then what you'll do is you'll just wrap the door around the back of the leg like so. Okay, on this side, bring the front of the car up and then wrap the door behind the tire. And there you have legs. Alright, so from this point, what we want to do is turn him around 180 degrees at the waist. So you have his hood now facing us, because that's going to be his chest. And then we will just basically pull it down from here, from the top of the hood where the windshield wipers are. That will come down, and then we can put the false hood down and reveal Bumblebee's head. Hi guys! Then put that back up, move the arms up and up, click them into place, and then orientate them to the right positions. So that is pretty much Bumblebee in his robot mode. So you do have this other piece here that you can attach to him various ways, but you'll need to pull this little tab out right there. Okay, so basically you could do kind of a couple things with it. You can actually plug it into his arm, use it kind of as a shield if you want to do that. Use it, plug it into his hand, use it as a shield that way. Or if you just want to store it, you can store it on his back by plugging it into this hole behind his head, like that. And that's kind of the official transform for this guy. I don't particularly like that because you have this big huge backpack looking thing. I personally just want to throw it away, and then you just got Bumblebee by himself, and that is cool. Alright, so that is Bumblebee in his robot mode. And coming real close in on Bumblebee in robot mode, you can see they really nailed his aesthetic. He has a nice head, he has some little horns coming off the side, nice crest here at the front, nice blue eyes, silver mouth and face, a lot of good detail in there. Coming down to his chest. Now, I'm not too happy with the windshield wipers on the chest, but you can't, the beggars can't be choosers. Now, the glaring obvious thing wrong with his chest is there's no Autobot symbol there, and that was the same with Cliff Jumper. So I will probably put one on there before this review is over, because I can't stand a symbolless chest, so that's annoying. All right. So you got some black shoulders and coming down to some yellow forearms, some black hands coming down. You have a nice waist section here, nice crotch, little detail on there, black legs, and basically the front of the car for feet. Nothing that you wouldn't expect. Nothing too particular on the side. And the back is just a whole bunch of gobbledygook of black and a little bit of gold. So anyway, that is pretty much what Bumblebee looks like. And for articulation, starting at the head, his head can go around 360 degrees, and that's pretty much it. You do get a little bit of wiggly waggly, but not much. It can't really look up, it can't really look down, but you know, that's pretty much limited for him. Shoulders do go around 360 degrees. He does not have any type of, well, yeah, he does have a bicep swivel. That's really tight, so and it goes all the way around. You do have a nice 90-degree elbow bend. Fists can go around 360 degrees, but there is no movement on right or left. Coming down to his waist, he does have a waist articulation, which will bring him 360 degrees around, which is pretty nice. He does not technically have ab crunch, but if you want to use this middle joint, he can kind of go down and he can kind of go back, kind of faking a ab crunch. His legs will go up a little bit of ways, and they will go back a little bit of ways, so that's pretty neat. They will go out to the side a lot, so that's good. He does have a thigh swivel, but it's not all the way around, so you can get a little bit in there. And then he does have a knee bend, which I guess it's about 90 degrees. It looks a little shy of it, but that's okay. And coming down, his foot can rock, so you got a good rocker there. All right, for a little guy, he does have a lot of good articulation. And for his accessories, he has this big honkin' cannon that we already seen with Cliff Jumper, but hey, it's okay. It does a lot of cool things, like while he's in vehicle mode, you can transform him into a battle mode, and it can fit right in there, as you can see here. That looks cool. And if you just have him in robot mode, you could just slide it into his hand, and he could have this big, huge cannon that will probably knock him back if he tries to fire it. So that is cool. But, you know, we learned with Cliff Jumper, that's not all this cannon can do. It can actually come apart to many different pieces, and the different pieces can do things. So if you want, you can actually have two separate guns, and they can fit here in his hands, so he can do dual blast. So that is a little more his speed for his size. These two, cool. And the guns can come off, and you can actually attach them to his side arms, so he can actually have a side arm like Megatron or something, like if you want to do that. There's all sorts of things that you could do with this cannon and playability options. So yeah, I like that a lot. It's a good cannon. Also, let's not forget that when he's in car mode, the cannon can either be used in the battle mode, which means you have to like reconfigure the arms, pull out the little tab, and then connect it, and then you have this big huge honking cannon on your Volkswagen Beetle, which is crazy but funny and cool. That actually does look nice. Or you can actually take the cannon apart and give him the water ski mode. We put the black part here on the bottom, and then you attach the cannons to the back tires, and then you have little stabilizers as skis. So that is pretty cool too. So that is his cannon. Now, if you guys remember the Centurion droid with weapons pack that we reviewed a few months ago, you may remember that in the pack it had a specific gun for Bumblebee. So this is actually Bumblebee's gun, and it's very reminiscent, looks exactly like the Masterpiece Bumblebee gun does. So if I get that to focus, done in a grayscale, a little bit of detail in there, nothing too great, but that is, according to the weapons pack, Bumblebee's gun. So he can have that, and there he has his official gun. So he's happy, and we have an official weapon from the weapons pack. All right, moving on. And for comparison, here they are in robot modes. You have Optimus Prime, Cliffjumper, Prowl, and Wheeljack. And I love me some G1 bots. Yes, these are awesome. And what I want to do real quick is to bring Bumblebee and Cliffjumper up in front of the camera, and you can see as we get real close to them that they are not exactly the same. Their arms and I think their legs are the same, but you see the chest is different, the head is different, and the feet are definitely different. So whereas you can always use these two to exchange each other's basically skeleton, you will have to always do a little bit of remolding because they really don't look alike. Moving on. And this has been the Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy Netflix Walmart exclusive Bumblebee. Whew, that was a mouthful. And I'm really happy they put this out, whether it was in the Netflix series or the regular Earthrise series. Bumblebee is one of those staple characters, and although, you know, we haven't seen him transform into an actual Volkswagen yet, I'm glad they went ahead and got the rights to actually have that form. As you saw on the box and on the actual figure, they actually had a license to get this. So this was actually a pretty expensive toy to make once you think about it. I mean, you have to have, Hasbro had to have the Netflix license and then the Volkswagen license. It's just a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, yeah, this was just a slight remold of Cliffjumper, which I'm not surprised about because they obviously are the same kind of figure. And I was happy to grab up his gun from the weapons pack from the Centurion droid. And as you can see, I found a Autobot symbol for his chest. Again, if you guys are interested in finding those, toyhacks/rebolabels.com, they are the best place to go and get insignias, or so I think. So anyway guys, that was the review. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, keep playing.
Fate rarely calls upon us at a moment of our choosing.